Hello YouTube, I'm Kodoom, and I have decided to partake in the time-honored glorious tradition of recording video games with commentary for the internet, known as the Let's Play. Now, being that this is my first LP ever, it's probably going to possess some degree of, oh, how do I put it delicately, suckitude. Yeah, that'll work. So in case of that, I've decided to LP a short game, so if it is bad, it won't torture you for as long. But the game itself rocks. What is it? It's the arcade hit classic from the 80s, Galaga. Or, as I used to call it when I was 5 or so, Galaga, but that doesn't really make sense. I mean, they're galaxies, not galaxies, and besides, I don't know if I'm the only one who thinks this, but Galaga kind of sounds like you're choking on something, like, oh, Galaga. Well, anyway, let's get started here. Well, what do you do in this game? You move left, you move right, you shoot. It's that simple. Now, some of you youngsters may not get this concept fully, but sometimes the best games can be those with the simplest concepts. Now the first stage is easy enough. The enemies don't even fire back at you when they're going into formation like this. And what I want to do is leave two of the green ones at the top, at least two of them, alive, the boss Galagas, so that one of them will tractor beam me like this. Now if you never played this game before, you might think, well, why the hell did I just do that? Well, you'll find out. Hopefully I don't screw this up. Got it. So now, I have a dual fighter. I can shoot two at a time. But I'm also twice as big of a target. Oh, see? Great way to start off. So yeah, now at stage 2 they actually start firing at you as they're flying into formation. Let's see if I can get another dual fighter here. There we go. That's just bad. I shouldn't have started out this poorly. But I guess it's the LP curse, isn't it? You always suck when you're recording. Alright, first challenging stage. These are bonus stages. You just have to try to kill everything. That's the hardest part of this one. I should be home free now. Alright, and for doing that, I get 10,000 bonus points. So yeah, I really like the dual fighter feature in this game. It's unique. I don't think I've ever seen it in any other game like this. There's my first extra life, almost got hit there. So yeah, I'm a pretty big fan of a good shmup, and this is actually the first one I ever played. I was a little too young for Space Invaders. And it's interesting to see how this evolved from its predecessors like Space Invaders, because in that game the enemies were locked in formation. They only moved back and forth and then down when they got to the end of a row. And then this game's direct predecessor, Galaxian, that they started out in formation, but they could leave formation and dive bomb you. And then in this game, they don't even start in formation. They come off from the side of the screen and move in much more complex patterns. So I think it's interesting to see how the history of this type of game progressed. And you've got those enemies that split into 3 and turn into a different type of enemy. You get extra points if you kill all of them. Second challenging stage. I don't think I'm going to be able to do this with a single fighter. Yeah, I already screwed that up. So I used to play this game a lot with my dad at the arcade. He would always beat the crap out of me because I was still little and wasn't very good at these kind of games. I'd like to play him again nowadays just to see how much better I do, though I think he's had more practice. I think he's had more practice at this than I have. And this is where the game gets tougher, because the enemies speed up. And I'm on my last life, so I probably won't be lasting much longer. And don't get hit by the tractor beam when you only have one life left, because you won't be able to get it back. And I just died anyway. And you get a results screen at the end. So this is probably going to be my most depressing LP, because it ends with me dying an explodey death. Or, alternatively, if you hate me, maybe it's going to be my happiest LP ever. I don't know. Well, that's that for my first LP. I'll see you in my next one, which will be a super game, and it will suck the very energy right out of you, just to give you some hints as to what it might be. Well, that's all for now. This is Kodoom, signing off.